Breaking news, chaos at a Northwest Side gas station. Shots ring out, then just down the road, this happens.
Shots fired, shots fired.
Shots fired again. Vicker 227, what's your 20?
Newton and Rule, shots fired.
Newton and Rule, shots fired. More cars, Newton and Rule.
An IMPD officer shot, leading to a 30-mile chase, and it all ends with police killing the suspect. We've been digging into the story all evening. An officer shot, a chase around the city, and it all ending here on the east side with the suspect killed. We are learning that officer is stable tonight with non-life-threatening injuries, shot in the leg. Tonight, we are working for you. We have a full team of reporters getting you answers about what happened during every step in this case. Todd Connor is anchoring our coverage near 71st and Georgetown, where the IMPD officer was shot today. Todd.
Erica, that unbelievable video you saw was shot just about a quarter-mile north of here, 71st in Georgetown. We're at the Lake Camelot Apartments, and behind me you can see the parking area where the police officer came down in his car off of Georgetown, where they eventually got out of his car and he was helped by those around him. A lot of scenes to this chase tonight, so let's show you a map and let you know how it all went down. It all started at around 6:30 at that Marathon gas station at 71st and Georgetown. Then the dangerous high-speed chase got underway. Only seconds into that chase, that suspect shot and wounded the officer. He then drove all the way down into Perry Township, and the chase finally ended at South Rural and Newton Avenue on the east side, and that's where police shot and killed the suspect. Again, this all started when police pulled over a driver they believed had a stolen gun. He didn't comply with police, according to them, while they tried to get him out of the car. He had dark tinted windows as well, which I'm told created another problem for police. Eventually, shots were fired and the suspect drove off. Police fired more shots and then drove off after him. It was just a quarter of a mile away that he turned his gun on police. Now here's a look at the car of the officer who was shot while chasing the suspect. At least 2 windows are shot out, and you can see the holes where the bullets tore through the cruiser. The officer actually drove down an embankment into this apartment complex where he got out, and people here helped him until police officers arrived a short time later. About a half mile from here, the suspect sideswiped and also shot another police car, although we don't believe that officer was injured. You can see marks on the gray police car where they were hit, and then the chase headed south from there. Before we get to where the chase ended, we want to go to Methodist Hospital, and our Call 6 Investigates Rafael Sanchez with some breaking news. Rafael.
Todd, this remains a developing story. Indeed, breaking news. Call 6 Investigates activated as soon as that situation unfolded. We can now confirm that the man who led police on the chase, he is Jeff Cornell Tyson, also goes by the name L. Tyson. In fact, on Friday, Call 6 has been able to confirm that a summons was issued from a Missouri court on a possible parole violation. As to the specifics involving that case, we are still making calls at this very hour as this remains a developing story. I can also confirm with you, with my colleague Paris LaBelle, that that vehicle that he used this evening is registered to his wife. As for the police officer who tonight is behind me here at Methodist Hospital, we are told that he is in good condition considering what has happened. His wife is at his side. In fact, he already told Chief Troy Riggs that he wants to get back to work immediately after his recovery. The police chief told him to take it easy, take care of himself, that he's always welcome to come back to work. Again, my colleague Paris LaBelle and I are still working the phones. We'll have much more of this developing story, Todd, in just a few moments right here on the news at 11.
All right, Rafael, we'll join you in a few minutes. Meanwhile, let's go to where the chase ended. Again, that is on the east side where the suspect was shot and killed by police. Our Chance Walser has been following developments there all night. Chance.
Todd, right now I'm standing about 20 miles as the crow flies from where you are in that area, 71st and Georgetown. We're at Washington, and rural police say that chase came to a stop about a block south of here. According to police Chief Troy Riggs, where officers and the suspect exchanged gunfire. No officers were injured in that gun battle. The suspect was killed. Witnesses estimate hearing dozens. Loved ones of the deceased came to the scene crying and angry that police shot that man so many times. So we have not received any official word on how many times that man was shot. Chief Riggs says it will take more time to piece all those facts together.
We don't know the details yet. We have to talk to all the individuals that witnessed and were involved. We will get that information to you later. But what I can tell you, it was terminated there by gunfire. The suspect, we believe, died as a result of that gunfire.
Chief Riggs went on to thank officers involved in that chase, saying they did a great job limiting the risk to the public to the extent possible. He also extended a thank you to the Marion County Sheriff's Office, who is filling in on patrols tonight, as some 20 officers involved from start to finish here will spend the next several hours going through standard questioning and debriefing protocols. Live on the east side, Chance Walser, RTV 6.
Chance, thank you very much. Our Liz Adiola has been out here with me in near 71st in Georgetown all night long, talking with community members and also tracking down that video that we saw from the gas station. Pretty remarkable. What did you find out?
That's right, Todd. Well, residents here near Oakwood Trail, parents here, when they first heard those gunshots go off here, they ran out of their homes to try and protect their children. They also ran outside to try and see what was going on. It was those residents, like you said, who shared that video with me, the video that you saw earlier, the video that you see right now on your screen. It's already been viewed thousands of times on Facebook. It only lasts about a minute and 26 seconds. It was shot apparently by a bystander at the Marathon gas station. In it, you can hear the people inside the car saying they're trying to kill me. Officers ordering those people out of the car. Several residents told me that after watching that video, they question everything that has been said, everything officials have released about how this deadly shooting unfolded. One woman told RTV6, though, no matter how it began, she felt obliged, like she had to help the officer who was shot just a few feet away from her home.
I heard like 4 gunshots. My daughter's outside. I instantly run downstairs, and my neighbor's son is by this tree like it's a cop laying there. So we ran over, and he was actually sitting there. We didn't know if how bad he was shot or what.
And Todd, that woman says she continued to talk to the officer to make sure that he didn't pass out after he was shot, and she just kept talking to him until help arrived. I also was able to talk to the suspects, a woman who says that she was the suspect's aunt right as she learned the news that he did not survive, and she was just completely devastated. She rushed off with family to try and take care of things, to try and see where his body was.
A lot of people affected by this tonight. Liz Adiola, thank you very much. We're going to go now back to Methodist Hospital, where our Car 6 Investigates team is. Rafael Sanchez and Paris Lubell. Guys?
Todd, good evening. A significant police force is behind us here, of course, as officers stand with their brother who is recovering here at Methodist Hospital. Have more information, Todd, for you tonight as it develops, of course. Again, Jeff Cornell Tyson using the name L. Tyson. And Paris, for law enforcement sources, there's some concern that because he took on the name L. Tyson, that he could be a member of what we know as the Sovereign Citizens Movement. And people who believe that they're sovereign citizens do not believe that police have a right to pull them over. In fact, if they do get pulled over, if police do give them a ticket for any reason, they go to the county courthouse and file a lawsuit demanding that police, the city, pay them $2 million in either silver or gold. Law enforcement officials now making sure and looking into whether or not Jeff Cornell Tyson, who was using the name L. Tyson, is part of that movement as this story continues to develop tonight.
Absolutely, looking into that, and they're looking to every part of this chase that lasted in all about 30 miles, and police were very concerned as they continued to follow this at a high speed through the city of Indianapolis and making sure Tyson didn't hurt anyone else. 6:37 p.m., an officer stops a car at 71st in Georgetown. The person inside the car refuses to get out. And then, just a few minutes later, the car starts moving.
I think I got him. He's, shots fired, Control.
Shots ring out, and an officer hit.
Control 259-243 has been hit. We're going to need a medic. We're just south of 71st Street, and the apartment complex is here.
An ambulance rushes to the scene while other officers join the high-speed pursuit.
Down, that's what he was firing shots out of.
6:57 p.m., the car hits stop sticks and the front left tire blows out.
Tire just blew, We're cutting over to the right lane. Watch the window, he's doing a U-turn on us, Control.
Then the pursuit heads towards downtown.
We're going the wrong way, Control, northbound Madison in the southbound lanes.
7:08 p.m., Newton and Rule, more shots ring out. Officers fire back.
Shots fired!
Shots fired again. Dicker 227, what's your 20?
Newton and Rule, shots fired.
More cars, Newton and Rule.
Shots fired.
The suspect hit and an ambulance called.
Let's hear now for Control.
The suspect killed on the scene.
At this time, all officers are okay.
And Raphael, from start to end of this, it lasted only 38 minutes. So it was a fairly long pursuit for police, but in all reality, it was fairly short as well.
Yeah, hail of gunfire, and Chief Troy Riggs reminding us tonight that this is, Paris, the danger that Metro police around the country face every day. This officer doing his job, this officer already wanting to go back to work, but he'll have to recover from his injuries. The Call 6 Investigates team, we have mounds of paperwork and recordings to go through. We'll have much more of this developing story tomorrow morning on Good Morning Indiana. You can count on us, of course, to ask all the big questions tomorrow as we work for you here at WRTV 6. Now back to you, Todd.
All right, Raphael, Paris, thank you very much. Once again, let's go back to that dramatic video and show you how this night all got started. It started with that witness video at the Marathon gas station. You can hear the woman and the man inside the car screaming at police screaming back at them. Police had stopped the car, pulled it over for a suspected illegal gun that was inside, and shots were fired, and that's when the chase began. Once again, there will likely be both an internal IMPD investigation into this and no doubt an outside or external investigation, since it does involve police shooting a suspect. And so an outside agency could be brought in to do an investigation into this. But much more, as Raphael said, ahead on Good Morning Indiana starting early tomorrow morning at 4:30. That is the latest from here. We'll have much more on RTV6 and the RTV6 app, and much more news ahead on the news at 11 after this short break.